So now we go on to the sacred healing part. The first thing I do with people, and I'm gonna have to skim through this very quickly, right? Because obviously it's like I could do a whole talk on any part of these sections. Energy alchemy is the first thing that I do. Whatever is already there, we alchemize it. We alchemize it and tune it to a higher frequency. The first thing is energy baggage transference. Because the thing is, when we are intimate with someone, when we've spent so much time with them, just like how we can catch a cold from them or catch emotions from them, like energy is the most contagious thing. We actually swap people's energies all day long. So we can carry their energy, they can carry our energy. And when we are carrying somebody else's energy, it actually changes the way we feel, we think, we act, our thoughts, the kind of foods we're into, the kind of places we want to go. This is why sometimes when you get into a relationship, you're actually like a different person sometimes. Or like it depends on how sensitive you are, but you can kind of like, people will inspire you to do different things. And this can go a positive way. But the negative way is you're holding someone's energy and you are completely confused about your own. So let me tell you about a client case study. This was a man. This was a man, and he had his life in order and he was ready to settle down, but he kept being attracted to a certain type of woman and he did not know why. He would be attracted to kind of women who are just out of control and just like, not had it together. I don't want to say this facts. Okay. Now, when we did the work, I realized that he was carrying the energy of his ex-partner. He was fully carrying her energy. And this is why he always felt a pull towards her and he didn't know why. He knew she was unhealthy for him, but he kept thinking about her. He kept feeling that pull towards her because the thing is that energy that he was carrying wants to go back. So that's all that pull is. And then the other thing was because that energy was in him, he was just attracted to other women who had that same frequency, that same energy of being chaotic. The minute we gave that energy back and reclaimed his own energy and he was in his own energy, everything shifted. He could just think clearly. He was not attracted to that type of woman anymore. And he did not feel a pull towards her. He was able to move fast with such momentum in his life, right? Because he wasn't carrying that energy. And guess what? She wanted to like come back into his world. And he was like, no. So this is just one aspect of what can happen when you're carrying someone's energy. And the thing is, with exes and lifelong partners and all this, we need to always make sure you're in your own energy so you can think straight. Again, with one of my clients, when we were doing the work, halfway through the work, and this is in the podcast talk as well, she goes, halfway through, it was like in the beginning, she would have so much kind of emotion when they were arguing or whatever. And then when they started having conversations, she just didn't feel anything. Like he could just throw a tantrum and she just didn't feel anything. And she said to me like, oh, is it because I don't love him? And I was like, no, it's because you're in your own energy. Like you're literally not taking on his energy and you can think straight now. This was halfway point. Now they don't have that many disagreements, right? Because they communicate from the heart. So the next thing is higher self communication, which I've mentioned twice, when we bring in the higher self of the other person and telepathy is real. It's happening all the time anyway. So why not harness it? There's a lot of talk on mediumship and I did train in mediumship for 2 years. I'm not full on medium, but obviously when people's ancestors come through in session, I will use that. But what I realized is no, we can communicate with the people already in our lives now. We don't need to wait until they pass on. We can communicate our higher self to their higher self, and it is deep and it is powerful. And I have used this when there have been major family conflicts or divorces or whatever, where sometimes it's not instant because it depends on how the soul evolution of the other person is. If they're designed to stay in your life, if it's in the design for them to grow with you. Sometimes they're supposed to fall out of your life. So it could be instant if you both are, on the same path in this lifetime, or it can take however long it needs to take. But so I don't want to say, you know, it's always instant. It depends on that journey of that soul with your soul. But when the words are just not getting through, this is the most powerful way of resolving conflicts, resolving things between you that just seem stuck. It's very powerful, right? And the other thing that we do with energy alchemy is resolve the core memories that are held in the physical body, the emotional body, and the energy body. And this is how we truly integrate and make peace with the past, with the mother and father wounds, with the ancestral lineage, with past life. Whatever comes through, we don't control. We work with higher intelligence. You know, we do womb work, going to the point of conception, seeing what comes up all the way to the 9 months, mother work, father work, mother wound work, father wound work. Now, so that's all the energy work. How can I say all the energy alchemy work in just 5 minutes? It's not possible. I'm condensing it. You know, it's really like you have to experience it. Now, I want to talk about the feminine mysticism principles in Eastern culture that connect you to your high priestess energy, you know, working with what is the high priestess energy? The high priestess energy is knowing that you are working with the energy realms first, and then it comes through the physical. Now, we have started off as energy beings. Then we have come into the physical world. The physical world is lagging. So in the sense, whatever happens energetically will take time to filter through. So energy shifts, then it filters through your emotional and physical bodies. The high priestess knows, right? The goddess archetype knows that she works in the energy realms first before she even lifts a finger. This is the true feminine energy, divine feminine energy we have forgotten on earth. Because women are not designed to completely do all the time. Now, let me give you an example. I run my life in a very feminine way, but there are times I need to ramp up that masculine energy. Like to get through this event, I need to ramp up the masculine energy, right? Because it's a lot. But I only do that for a moment. I don't stay in it. We're not designed to stay in that masculine energy. We're designed to utilize it and use it when we need to use it. But we're not designed to stay in that masculine energy. And likewise, men are not designed to stay in their feminine energy. So when it comes to like softness and intimacy, like they can step into it, right? But they're not designed to stay in it. They have to go back to their, and this, even if you're non-binary, it depends on which energy you resonate with more. Okay. So the high priestess energy knows, you know, the goddess energy knows that she works with the energy realms first. So there's 3 feminine laws beyond law of attraction, which is the popular one, but is number 1, the law of least effort. Understanding that the higher intelligence does the heavy lifting for you, and you don't have to do anything until the energy behind it is correct. And also using the correct amount of energy for things. We are taught as a society to overachieve, but if we create too much energy, overachieving, I want to do this, this, and this, and this, and this, even our bodies are like, no, our intuition's like, no, it creates imbalances in ourselves and also in the world. Like the thing will just not fulfill you. It will become harder to get once you get. I've seen this time and time again, right? When you're connected, truly connected and embodied in your femininity and your masculinity, and like you're connected with your body, you're connected with your emotions, you're connected with your intuition, you're connected with your yes, your no's, you will know what to do, when to do it, you know how much to do it, the correct amount of energy, the correct amount of time you need to use, and that is how you leverage the law of least effort. The second law is the law of detachment, realizing that you can have desires and you can have intentions, but then you need to detach. You cannot become super outcome driven and try and control situations, because what happens is you're not allowing the flow. You're not allowing it to be delivered to you, which is what is going to happen, right? The law of detachment is having supreme trust in yourself, in the universe, in your partner, and knowing that you are on the right track. Because when you're connected to your body, your emotional body, your energy body, your intuition, you know if you're on the right track. So if you are, you have to practice the law of detachment, because if you get too, it's like, imagine you're cooking something, right? And that thing takes 15 minutes to be done. But every 2 minutes, you're like opening the pot and you're like, oh, I think it needs a bit of salt. And like, why doesn't it look the same color as this? And da da da. And like, you're just too involved. And you're just, by the end of it, the dish is like ruined. Whereas you need to have the law of detachment. I've done everything and I'm going to leave it. And when it's ready, it's going to ping. The third one is the law of ease, realizing that things are going to happen for us in ease, going with the flow of divine events. All we need to do is focus on purifying ourselves and raising our frequency. Then we leverage the law of ease. Once these 3 feminine laws are embodied, also with men, they also will be embodying this in a divine masculine way, because this is the way we are going as a planet anyway. Once you embody and master these 3 laws, you naturally fall into your feminine energy and you naturally become the high priestess. This is the whole energy of when I'm speaking about you don't have to be communicating all the time and doing all the time and trust and the strategies. Like, this is what I'm saying, because it's like you're working with the energy realms first. You're shifting yourself, right?